So they are basics of yoga, and the other four are
advanced or hard to achieve. Yoga is divided into 8 types: Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi.
Hey, welcome to the fourth episode of Coach.
I'm Purvi Fadnavis,
And I'm Alapini.
and today we are going to dive in the spirits of yoga.
History. So Urvi, tell us something about history of yoga. Is it boring like history or is it like interesting?
Can't say interesting because it's history, but it was developed around 5,000 years ago by 18 saints, and one of them being Patanjali Muni. We follow his legacy.
Okay, so we don't know anything about that other 17 of them.
Not exactly.
So they just bifurcated and
Yeah, they started their own branches, and those are like different types of yogas. Like the asanas are different, the positions are different, and everything is different in the other types.
Okay, so you are many of us follow Patanjali Muni's technique of yoga.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was history for you. So, Urvi, I have a brother who is really interested in yoga, and just yesterday when we were talking about like this video we were going to make, he started stressing about the fact that how yoga and yoga were actually different. So, is it true or is it his theory?
No, it is true. Yoga is basically a part of yoga. Yoga is divided into 8 types: Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. So, within this, yoga consists of only Asan, Pranayam, and Dhyan, kind of.
Okay, so these are the Ashtanga yoga.
These
Like
are
the
the-
8 parts of yoga.
Yes.
And out of that, just asana and pranayam are yoga.
Yes.
Oh, so he was right. Also, can you just, just give us a little something about Ashtanga yoga? Like what are the Ashtanga yogas?
Ashtanga Yoga, everything in this whole yoga is about self-exploration and self-discipline. So the first Yam and Niyam are about controlling our emotions, desires, expectations, everything. Then Asana is controlling our body, and Pranayam is controlling our breathing. The rest, Pratyahar, Dhyan, Dharana, and Samadhi, are just next level things which are controlling our thoughts and everything.
So the first 4 of the Ashtanga yoga, that is Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam. So they are basics of yoga, and the other 4 are
Advanced or hard to achieve.
okay, hard to achieve. So are there people who at least try to?
Yes, there are people who try to achieve the third, fifth, and sixth stages like dhyan and everything.
Okay, so like, is it more enlightful if we go towards the last 4 stages?
So yes, the next 4 stages are more enlightening, and they go deeper, like in the soul searching part.
Okay, so they are more enlightening because they take you towards a very beautiful and like a different journey, right?
Yes.
So it is not, yeah.
Self-exploratory
Journey. So it is not it's not kind of a race or it's not kind of a competition there. You have to go, like you have to enjoy the journey like you can go there.
Yes.
So can you just tell us what exactly, not what exactly, but give us just an idea what like happens when you start the journey.
You start to enjoy everything you do, and you feel calm from inside and like stable, and everything in your life just doesn't become negative.
Yeah, so it falls into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is really, that is really enlightening, and obviously that is, what everyone needs right now at this point of our life. So that was good. That was Ashtanga Yoga for you guys. So, in like today's world, like we are so into ourselves. So how do we take time and do yoga every day? And we cannot give 2 to 3 hours to yoga today. So are there some I don't want to say shortcuts, but something like that to just have a better effect and have a better life by doing yoga?
You can actually include yoga in your daily life instead of giving yoga your life.
Okay, that is a very good thought. So how can we include yoga in our life? Like you are saying that we can just include yoga in our daily life, and doing all the activities we do in the same time, in the same period of time, and still do yoga.
So yoga can be anything from waking up to sleeping back. Even postural correction can be a part of it.
Okay, so yeah, we can start at least with postural correction, even while sitting or even while eating or doing some work on your laptop or anything, reading, you can just, straighten up a little bit and say that would, just improve something in your lifestyle. So yeah, give us some more of it, like some more tips and tricks to include yoga in our life.
So, as postural correction can be done, drinking water in regular intervals can be done, meditation, even shutting off your mind for like 2 minutes can also be very effective.
Yeah, actually it can be very effective. So, when I was I was learning yoga from my mother for some time. So she used to take one segment where we used to just sit quietly and just concentrate on our breathing. So that helps, right? So that helps not thinking of anything else, but just breathing. Yeah, so we can include these things or these shortcuts as we are calling it now, to in our lifestyle to make it a little better. Yeah, that was a very useful segment, and we can obviously include these points in our daily life. So in the Ashtanga Yoga segment, you said that yoga and pranayama and asana consist of yoga.
Yeah, not only asana and pranayama, but also dhyan is a very important part of yoga.
Okay, so I have heard somewhere that dhyan or meditation helps in healing. So is it like healing physically or healing, mentally?
The dhyan can help in every healing, emotional, physical, mental. It kind of gives you a new spirit.
Okay, so doing meditation every day can really help. Our school was not wrong, guys. So, can you tell us more about yoga being perfect connector between spirituality and science?
So it is now proven that medically yoga helps us in healing physically, while it subconsciously helps us healing emotionally and mentally. This all leads to self-discovery, and we eventually end up at the path of spirituality.
So that was a really very good transition between science and spirituality, like how people literally go from science to spirituality. That was really good. So that's spirituality and science. So Urvi, tell us, like people say actually that yoga helps them medically. So how does it actually help them?
Yeah, so yoga was not really like medically approved, but now it has changed so much that there is a different branch called medical yoga, and it only helps us overcome our problems, basic diseases, curable diseases, and everything.
So here we come to my favorite segment, our thoughts. So Urvi, tell us about your journey with yoga. How did you get an influence with yoga now, and how did you finally, chose yoga as your career option?
So, as almost decided to start kids batch. So I joined that, and it finally led to me being the teacher. So it's quite a journey.
Yeah, it was quite a journey because I was present when she started the yoga, kids yoga batch. So I was so at that time she just gathered all the kids around and started a yoga kids batch in her own house. And after that, we all used to, basically have fun in that. I mean, she used to so tactically make us do yoga that we had literally had fun while doing yoga. And now that teacher who tactically does all those stuff is Urvi. So that is a really good transition from a toddler learning yoga to actually a teenager teaching yoga. So that was a really good journey. Also, everyone would like to know about your YouTube channel that you have started recently.
Yeah, I have started a YouTube channel named Yoga for Yuva, where basically I try to give yoga exercises or yoga tactics to improve the life of a teenager, like Yuva age limit as we know.
So that is really useful for us. She really gives yoga new perspective by teaching us from a teenage perspective. So that is a teenage teaching yoga for teenagers. That is really related to you guys should watch. We will provide the link of her YouTube channel, also her name of the YouTube channel in the description box. Do check that out. So as you said that you were in influence of yoga, or you did yoga from a very young age. So you had yoga in your life from very young age. But how did yoga change your lifestyle? As in, how can yoga change one's lifestyle?
Yoga basically helps us get a different perspective for every situation. After you do yoga, you attain a certain level of stability in your life, like mental stability, and you kind of get mature enough to think about different things. Like we sometimes stress about useless things for no reason, but by doing yoga, by learning yoga, you understand that these things are not at all important in the long run. So
yeah, I would like to add one point that while even when we are really stressed about nothing, you just first advice people will give you is take deep breaths, take deep breaths. So that is one that is just related to yoga, right? So that's the first advice people will give you, take deep breaths, drink water. Again, as you said, that people should drink water to include yoga. So that was a very good point that yoga actually changes perspective. So I also wanted to ask you from a very long time that my parents opted for yoga and not for gym. So they probably had just one reason that yoga class is nearby. But does it really make a difference? Like a person doing gym and a person doing yoga, how can they really differentiate between? Can we differentiate between those two?
we actually can, and the basic difference is gym is all about venting your energy and channelizing it through physical workout. So gym is basically more physical, and yoga is like just a way of relaxation and just staying strong in a difficult position and just mentally preparing yourself for everything.
Difficult situation. So as you said that gym channelizes the energy into working out. So does yoga channelize? Can you channelize energy in yoga as well?
You can channelize your energy in yoga as well, but in gym it's more into physical everything. And in yoga you actually understand why you have so much energy and where you should implement it, and you just mentally decide everything, like structure a plan and everything. It just happens through yoga.
Yeah. So does it help us to achieve a perfect balance between mental health and physical fitness?
Yeah, and also in this speedy world and fast racing everything, we just want to take a break and just stop everything for a while. That's where yoga comes in action.
Yeah, that is true. So now we are shooting this video on International Yoga Day. So I am really excited for a demonstration, like a little demonstration. She will teach a yoga style to me. So we will move on to that. So now is demonstration. So we move on to demonstration part. Urvi is going to teach me one asana and I'm going to try and do it. She will tell me the name because it is really difficult, and she will also tell us the advantages of that asana.
Yeah, so we are going to do Rajkapotasana today, and its advantages are postural correction and spine correction.
Okay, so teach me.
Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me. No, 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 no.
Okay, yeah, did I do it?
Yes.
Okay, I did it. See, yoga is not that difficult. At least try it. So we hope you really enjoyed the video, our funny demonstration skill. I am not good at doing yoga, but Purvi is. So hop onto her channel. We have provided the link and the name of the channel in the description box below. Also, Purvi will end this video because she has really good experience in doing that. So yeah.
Yeah, like this video if you think it was useful. Comment down below your feedback. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, like and subscribe. So your love and support by sharing.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to us. Bye.